Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here today. Whether you are a home health aide, a CNA thinking about entering home health, a hospice professional, an agency owner, or a family member caring for someone you love, I want you to know something right away. You are not here by accident. You are here because at some point in your life, you have either witnessed suffering, carried the responsibility of caring for someone fragile, or felt the fear of not knowing what to do when someone you loved begins to decline. At that moment, when you realize someone you love needs care, can be one of the most overwhelming experiences a family will ever face. Families cry in hospital parking lots. Caregivers cry in their cars after a shift. CNAs go home feeling like no one understands what they carry every day. And many families silently ask the same question: are we doing the right thing for the person we love? Today, we are going to talk about that truth because hospice and home health are not just services, they are stories, they are heartbreak, they are compassion, and it is some of the most important work happening in healthcare today. My name is Ceci Pica. I have spent years witnessing the realities of home health and hospice care. I have seen incredible caregivers pour their hearts into their patients. I have seen families struggling to understand what hospice really means. I have seen CNAs who want to move into home health but don't know where to start. And I have seen agencies trying to provide care in a system that often misunderstands what compassionate care really requires. What I realized is this: there is a massive gap between what people think hospice and home health are and what they truly are. And that gap creates fear, confusion, and sometimes regret. That is exactly why I wrote my book. To the home health aides listening today, you are the backbone of care. You are the ones who notice the small changes. You are the ones who hold hands when families are afraid. But many aides are never taught the deeper emotional and practical realities of hospice and home health. To the CNAs who want to enter home health, you are stepping into one of the most meaningful careers you can choose, but it requires knowledge, compassion, and understanding the real situations you will face. To home health agencies, you are balancing compassion with regulations, staffing challenges, and family expectations. And to the families listening today, you are doing one of the hardest things anyone will ever do: caring for someone you love as their health changes. You are not just caregivers, you are advocates. You are the decision makers. You are the emotional anchors for someone who depends on you. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have ever been in a moment where a loved one was declining and you felt completely unprepared? Maybe the hospital discharged them quickly. Maybe a doctor mentioned hospice and it scared you. Maybe you became the caregiver overnight and suddenly you were responsible for the medications, comfort, emotional support, and decisions you never imagined making. That moment can break people, but it can also transform them. Because when families understand hospice and home health the right way, something powerful happens. The fear becomes clarity, confusion becomes confidence, and caregiving becomes the act of love instead of panic. That is exactly why I wrote my book. This book is not just information. This is a guide through the emotional, practical, and human side of hospice and home health care. Inside the book, I talk about what hospice really means and what families should expect, the emotional journey caregivers go through, how home health aides and CNAs can provide compassionate care, the common mistakes families make when navigating care, the realities professionals see but families are rarely told. This book was written for caregivers, professionals, and families because when people understand hospice and home health properly, they make better decisions, provide better care, and experience less regret. Every single day, somewhere in this country, a family sits beside a hospital bed and asks, what happens next? Many of them feel alone. Many of them are afraid. And many caregivers wish someone had prepared them sooner. That preparation, that understanding is exactly what this book provides. If anything I said today resonates resonated with you, I encourage you to learn more. You can get the book now and continue this journey with me. And if you want to connect directly, ask questions, or learn more about hospice and home health education, you can visit cecipica.com. That is CECEPIKA.com. I would love to hear your story and continue supporting caregivers, families, and professionals who are doing this important work. If you believe families deserve to understand hospice better, if you believe caregivers deserve more support, and if you want to become more confident in home health and hospice care, get the book today and start learning what every caregiver and family should know. Because compassionate care begins with understanding. Thank you all for being here today.